The thing I like best about raising bees in horizontal hives is that when they throw a swarm, they don't play games. Check this one out. If you've ever bought a package of bees before, you probably know what a 3-pound package of bees looks like. Well, if you look at this, you could see that this is probably the equivalent of at least 2 of those packages, maybe just a little bit more. This is a big swarm. Because of the insulation factor that they have, the brood doesn't get exposed to those extreme temperature changes that we have in the springtime. So one day it could be 65 degrees, the next day it'd be 25 or 35 degrees, and that can chill your brood and make it really hard for your bees to get a good start. Well, when you raise them in insulated horizontal hives, they throw some really big swarms because they really don't go through that stress that a lot of uninsulated beehives can go through. And this particular swarm came out of my Layens hive, and it's a modified Layens, and the modification that it has, it's the Jean Herpin modification. So there's 11 full frames in the middle, and then there's some short frames on each side. All the activity is on the center 11 frames where all the brood is being raised. And I can always count on this particular colony to throw one big swarm every year, and boy, did they do it. And the really good thing about having a large swarm is that there's only a limited time in the spring where your bees can forage the resources they need in order to build the comb, store surplus honey in order to ride out the dearth. And then they make it into the fall where we have another flow, not quite as good as spring. It's only probably about maybe 1/5 of what we get in the spring. So it's enough though that hopefully they'll be able to pack it in for the winter, and then next spring they'll really be able to make a bumper crop of honey. So I saw the swarm hanging in the tree and I thought, hey, this would be a great time to go grab the camera and shoot some video of me capturing the swarm. And then I thought, well, I'm going to explain everything I do, but you guys have probably seen me do this a million times. So I thought, you know what, instead I'll just cut to the chase, I'll speed up everything, and I just made a 2-minute music video of me wrangling this swarm and having a blast doing it. So stick around to the end because I got something I want to share with you. This is why I like using a tarp so much, is because you can control the bees more. You've seen how I first shook them off the branch and they just kind of fell all over the tarp. Well, all I have to do is just give them a little shake towards the entrance of the hive, and now they're all going in. I got the majority in, and I just couldn't make up my mind on how to take them down. If I could cut that branch with 2 hands on the trimmer, and then what would I grab the branch with if it fell? So it seemed to work out good just to pull that branch down. So that's how it goes when you're on the fly. I think they're gonna do just fine here. We'll give them maybe an hour or so to settle in. It's almost 2 hours before sunset. And right by then, I should be able to relocate them to their permanent spot. Right now, I'm just watching to see if I see the queen anywhere. There's a good chance she's already been shook in. This is probably only about 10% of the bees left on the outside already, and they're going in. And I had just a little bit of comb on those Lazutin frames. Not very much, but with this size swarm, I'm counting on them to be able to forage with the amount of bees they have and get plenty of comb built before the dearth sets in, and hopefully some good honey stores too. We're about a month before the dearth will set in. A lot of you might be thinking, boy, he could have just taken that branch and do one quick shake. I thought about doing that, but it was just so sprawled out on that limb that it seemed easier to cut those extra limbs off, and it wound up being about 2 or 3 shakes. It really didn't take all that long. It was probably about a 15-minute swarm shake altogether, but I wanted to make sure I got as many of the bees as I could into the hive or in front of the hive so that they'd march in. It worked out great. And sometimes you can actually shake a swarm right on the tarp, right in front of the hive, and not even try to get them in at all. But I like to get them in, at least a portion of them, because then it tells the other bees, hey, guess what? Half of us are inside. I guess we better go inside too. And that just gets them marching in. I wanted you to stick around because there's something I wanted to share with you. So the thing that I wanted to share with you guys is, first off, I wanted to thank you for watching my channel. I'm just out here doing my thing with bees, and I just have a good time doing it. And one of the most fun things for me to do is to capture swarms and take a few selfies of the swarm that I've captured. And I thought, you know what, you guys, I hope you're having a blast wherever you are in the world taking care of your bees. And if you are, why don't you send me a selfie of you enjoying beekeeping? So let's not make it about me, let's make it about you this time. So if you've been capturing swarms like I have here, or if you've been doing cutouts, or if you're just a new beekeeper and you pulled your first frame of bees out of a hive and watched them build and brood, send me a picture, and at the end of one of my videos, we'll include those and give you guys a shout out. So just visit my website, enjoybeekeeping.com, look for the little button that says send me your selfie, and either we'll make a full video of everybody's selfies, or we'll just include a few at the end of each one of the videos that I continue to produce. But I just wanted to do this as a way to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the content, just go ahead and give it a thumbs up, like, subscribe, share with your friends, and until the next time, friends, I want to see you enjoying beekeeping.